welcome back to the Take a Sip podcast. My name is Tito.
And I'm Leche.
And Leche. We are back together after 2-3 weeks.
I think 3 weeks, bro. I mean, it's 2 weeks in, technically, it's 3 weeks in person and then 2 weeks, like, actually filming. It's been two solid weeks.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's been crazy.
But we both came to an agreement to start off this episode. We will be taking shots.
Oh, yeah, to celebrate us coming back for this one.
Yes, I am taking a shot of Tito's.
Your favorite, and I'm taking a shot of Jameson.
Jameson. Pa arriba, pa abajo, pa centro, pa dentro.
Not as easy as I hoped for.
No, definitely not. After the week I just had.
Right. That's not an easy shot to take down.
Mm-hmm. But besides that, what else are you sipping on this week?
Drinking some Gatorade, honestly, right now. I don't know why, but that's the only thing I had in the fridge right now. I don't want to grab water. I was like, I'm not feeling water today, so grab the Gatorade. What about you?
Same way, just grab the soda that was in the fridge.
Anything that you could grab your claws on real
literally.
quick.
I've been since, because it's now October for us, and I work out in Salem, Massachusetts. The spirit of Halloween is very much alive over there. So we are back to 6 days a week, all of us in the kitchen. Yeah, so I had to shove a day of cleaning, a day of laundry, a day of recording, a day of editing all into one.
Onto one fucking
all
day.
Into one day.
That's
but
yeah.
We're almost there. I got it. I know I could do it.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Yeah. And along with the 2 weeks that I've been gone, we also got a shit ton of trailers and teasers and images for a whole bunch of projects coming up, really, which from this list, I'm going to speak for the both of us. We're both pretty excited for a lot of this list right now.
It's a good list, dude. I'm like, out of all the weeks, I think this week is probably one of the hypest weeks that we've had for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the biggest news that came out for a lot of this that we're going to talk about today, Deadpool was announced. Ryan Reynolds confirmed Deadpool 3. Supposed to come out September 6th of 2024.
That's crazy they even put a time on that already. That's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. And along with Ryan Reynolds announcing the Deadpool 3, he also announced that Hugh Jackman is going to be taking up his role again as Wolverine for this upcoming film in the MCU.
Dude, that was like the biggest bombshell. He even did a fucking video about it.
He did. They both did.
Yeah. He literally just casually asked, and then he's like, like the whole eyebrow thing, like, yeah, it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, dude. Yeah. Like, that's exciting for sure that he's reprising it, because he did mention that he's never doing it again.
Yeah, after the last
I guess he's really good friends with Ryan, dude, to fucking be doing it with Ryan Reynolds for sure.
Well, at this point, everybody loves Ryan Reynolds. I believe Ryan Reynolds is even every straight man's man crush. There's no way you cannot tell me.
Yeah, he is a good looking dude, honestly. Yeah.
And if the other images are right, we're seeing Wolverine in his very classic animated X-Men Evolution yellow suit that we all know and love from the comics.
I hope so, dude. That would be fucking funny to see. That would be nice to see too.
Yeah. So yeah, that definitely surprised a whole bunch of nerds.
I think they also did a Q&A. So they confirmed it too, that the Logan that's from the actual like X-Men universe that we know, he died in the movie Logan. Like, he's actually dead.
Yeah.
Like, that's him. Like, whatever Wolverine we're seeing now is a different, multiverse type of guy, multiverse type of dude.
Spoilers if you haven't watched Logan, aka me, but
I mean, if you don't know it by now, dude,
I know. That was the joke.
Yeah. The movie's been out for years already at this point. Hey, there's so many memes that came out with that movie too, about the death. So,
oh yeah, yeah, and I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, not the best transition I'm gonna make right now, but going from one death to another death, I'm gonna get so much hate for that.
Nah, you're good, but it makes sense. Yeah,
yeah, we got the official trailer for Black Panther's Wakanda Forever, which we spoke about a couple of times in the past, pertaining to what happened to Chadwick Boseman. And in this trailer, we see that it starts off with T'Challa's funeral, and his mother and his sister and his best friend grieving over their loss, and even the whole, what would you call it, the whole village, the whole area,
the whole country,
the whole country.
Yeah, Wakanda. Pretty much mourning for his death.
Yeah, mourning for his death. But we also see who we spoke about, our new antagonists, our possible antagonists.
Namor,
Namor, and that entire new race that comes into play here as the opposing force for the Wakandans, who have apparently swimming abilities and apparently can like fly and like run in the air.
The whole flying thing, kind of caught me off guard for sure. But I know they put it in perspective in the comics, especially for Namor. He's the Aquaman of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, if you want to think about it like that. So he's pretty much the equivalent Atlanteans that they have in the Marvel Universe compared to what we have, like Aquaman and the actual Atlanteans, you know, from the DC side. So that's how you want to think about it. I don't get the whole flying thing though.
Yeah.
That threw me off for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I want an explanation on that.
Yeah, their shoes have like wings, and if you know like Greek mythology, it's almost like Hermes,
like Hermes boots,
sandals or whatever.
I mean, they are. Dude, if they had it, I mean, they did introduce the Greek god. I mean, the Greek gods in
DC
Marvel already. Marvel. Yeah. Cool. Fucking Thor, Love and Thunder, Zeus, and fucking Hercules.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Fuck, I completely forgot about that.
So that means it's not in that realm of possibilities that Hermes probably got it from them or vice versa, you know?
Probably.
Hermes. So I don't know, man. Who knows? We don't know.
Yeah. No, we don't know. And even in this trailer, we see a quote unquote another Iron Man suit being used by a Wakandan.
I know that one. I can tell you that.
Oh, you know that one, but we're gonna keep this a little, not so spoil full.
Okay, right? Yes,
give
there is another Iron suit, and it is not fucking Robert Downey Jr.
Yes,
it is the other person. It's the other person that's able to build it. I mean, if you guys could tell me who it is, I know who it is.
Peppa Pig.
Yeah, Peppa Pig.
And on top of that, the trailer completely ends with T'Challa's. Well, I'm assuming it's T'Challa's little sister jumping down in her new updated Black Panther suit.
Yeah, most likely it is Shuri. Yeah, as the new Black Panther for sure.
So yeah, because now it's like she's seen her father pass, but she still had T'Challa to like keep her there, and now she lost her rock, her brother, her other half. We could say, you got me, because she created all of this for him, knowing he was going to be the Black Panther and the next ruler. So yeah, this is her quote unquote growing up. I would assume her coming of age story. I would assume,
because we also she has to take up the mantle and
yeah, and we even see their mother, the queen. She at one point leaves. It's a very small glimpse in the trailer. We see she's talking almost to like a United Nations type of thing.
It looks like she's talking to the UN.
to the
like
UN.
telling them the situation that happened.
Mm-hmm. So we see her actually doing her queen duties, where we only got partial glimpses here and there from the original Black Panther. So I don't know. I'm super excited for that one. That one's...
Oh no, dude, I'm hyped for that too, yo. That's gonna be really exciting. One, because I mean, it's, you know, it has a lot of sentimental value for a lot of people that really enjoyed Chadwick as, you know, Black Panther. Mm-hmm. So I think most people, other than it being probably a good movie, aside from that, it's like to pay the respect of the actor and the role he played. I feel like it would be a disservice to not watch that movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of the way they're honoring him in that movie.
Yeah. So. And we'll be able to honor this film and honor Chadwick very soon. This film is set to release on November 11th already of this year. So a little under a month away.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah. Following up with that, we also got HBO Max's official teaser for The Last of Us, which, as we said before, a lot of games and anime adaptations into shows or films are very hit or miss. But so far, just with this little teaser, I think it looks good.
Yeah, the guy, like the actor that's playing Joel, I think it looks great. Honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised if they told us they mo-capped him to get Joel in the game. Like, he looks so spot on.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Ellie doesn't fully look like Ellie that we know in the game, but she's very similar and very close to what we know. The ending, we see the clickers, which looked really good.
Yeah, they teased the clickers.
So hopefully they all look just as that good. Not like in other recent zombie shows that we've seen where the first few look really good and then they slowly look very CGI.
They blew their budget
all over the first one. Yeah, but like we said, we've seen some images where we've seen them doing the whole crawling around the whole museum aspect when we first come into the clickers in the video game. Obviously, it's not always going to be second per second that they do this correctly. I'm assuming they've taken some writing freedom liberties. But so far, I'm a little bit of a fan. I kind of do want to hold my full opinion, though, until we get to watch it.
I mean, the good news is that we know of, at least, is they had the writers of the actual video game helping them direct it as well. So there is, you know, very, very unfortunate high hopes for this. I say unfortunate lightly, though. Okay, I'm not saying it in a bad way.
Yeah.
No, because I know a lot of people misconstrued that
saying
that. Yeah, but then, like, you know, in your mind, you were saying like, oh, they had those guys like helping them. Like, there's no way they're gonna fuck this up, right?
Yeah.
You just want to be optimistic about it for sure. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you want to stay hesitant at the same time because you don't want to put the show before it's out into a pedestal if it doesn't deserve being there.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, the games did so well, and these are characters we all, even if you didn't play it but did watch the gameplay, you fall in love with these characters one way or another. So again, hopefully they just do this game justice for a game that did groundbreaking numbers and playthroughs and walkthroughs and replays even.
It got remade 3 times, bro.
3 times. How many games can you say have been made remade 3 times.
Oh, I could tell you. Easy.
Well,
Two games easy.
but I'm saying like a game like this,
Skyrim and GTA.
I was gonna say, yeah, but
those are the only 2 games that I can think of literally that have literally transcended into every single fucking video game aspect. Like, bro, chill.
Yeah. But fortunately for this, we still have till 2023 for this to be released. So
on this so long, dude.
But you also got to remember, they do this also so they can pull out more teasers and more images, and then the official trailer to just keep people interested and eating out of the palm of their hands. You got me?
Yeah, them showing the clicker was a good idea. That was
100%.
So that was good on them. Because if they didn't even tease it with the noise, dude, most people would have checked out.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I just also hope we get to see the beginning sequence of the video game in the show.
Joel losing his daughter.
Yeah,
like I think they did tease that though.
It's a crucial part of the game.
Like literally, that makes who he is in the fucking game.
That's one way you start a video game right. You got me with so unexpected scene to happen. I did not expect.
I don't get how some of these like movie people fuck up video game adaptations. Like they literally have the script, the story, literally already in the fucking video game. You just gotta cut out all the middlemen, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, it's gonna take us 30 minutes to get from point A to point B. Make that 30-second montage real quick into that instead of 30 minutes of like gameplay. 30 seconds of them just, to A to B real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't get why they don't do that. And I get you're trying to go for what's the word? To be as authentic as they can be. Authenticity, that's the word I was looking for. But at the same time, man, it's rough to do that too. I get it. You gotta do a lot of cutting out. That you're making a 4-hour movie. Never mind. That's too much work. Not thinking about it.
Yeah.
Scratch that idea. That was a bad idea.
But from one video game adaptation that has a script to another video game adaptation that has no script, technically speaking, we also got the official teaser trailer from Universal Studios for the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Let that sink in for a sec.
Yeah.
Before we dive into it real quick.
Because this has also come into a lot of fire from what I've seen the past few days.
It's been a lot of people are tossed up 50-50.
Yes.
Some people are tossed up for the wrong reasons, and then some people are tossed up for the reasons I exactly knew why they were going to be tossed up about.
Okay.
So, one, I could say perfectly that I think most people agree with, and at least in my opinion, the animation looks beautiful.
Yes.
That is gorgeous.
It is
good. The teaser Bowser that they showed, fucking fantastic, bro.
Yes.
The castle looks awesome. The mushrooms, dope as hell. You get me?
Yeah.
Like no one could deny that it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Mario looks a little goofy, but I get it because they had to make it a little bit more realistic, technically speaking.
Yes.
But at the same time, it looked good.
Yeah.
You know
seeing Mario, I got a lot of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
Feels from him.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it all looks very beautiful. The whole Bowser's moving castle with the lava flowing around. You got me, all the Koopas together. Even just going up to the fucking Penguin Kingdom. That whole scene was just so funny and fucking cute. I loved it so much. I want a poster just with the fucking penguins on it. Oh god, I gotta find that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, even seeing Mario pop out of the green tubes and land in the Mushroom Kingdom, I'm still okay. The first thing I will say, I'm happy it doesn't fully sound like what's his name?
Jack Black?
No, Mario.
Oh, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, thank you. So many Chris's names running in my head. I'm happy. Yes, I hear the Chris Pratt isms in his voice, but I feel like they've also tuned it a little bit to fit a Mario-esque body.
It was a little more high pitch because Mario does have like a high pitch.
Yes.
Like a higher pitch voice.
Yes.
So.
But like I said, Chris Pratt, for me anyways, has gotten to that point where I'm a little tired of just hearing him everywhere I go.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, I think they were more upset that he didn't actually sound like the Mario they know. And a lot of people, I don't know why, this is just my opinion. A lot of people don't like Chris Pratt, like just the actor, because of course, because Chris Pratt is very, I hate doing this, but getting like not political, but this is going into like the religious thing. He is a very outspoken religious guy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't like that about him. So in tune, they're gonna dislike everything he fucking does naturally. Yeah. You get me? So I'm just like, don't do that either. Separate the fucking person from the art.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the one thing I agree on that sentiment. Split the person into two different things, right? Dumb as people and then dumb as they're acting, like what they do as a living. You get me? That's two different things completely. You can't apply that to everyone, unfortunately, because there are monsters in both rights.
Yes,
unfortunately,
and we'll get into monsters at the end of this episode.
But yeah, a lot of people didn't like that. People did like though was Jack Black as Bowser. It makes sense.
There's an image where it shows Bowser and Jack Black side by side, and they're like, how the fuck did they get Bowser to look so much like Jack Black? Like, I understand he's voicing him, but it looks way too much like him too.
I'm like, dude, like, what is going on? Like, it actually, like, it makes sense. I'm like, I think he's going to do a good job, yo. Like, I'm actually surprised that it sounded really good.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, dude. It sounded like Jack Black, but at the same time, not really.
And it didn't. It still held the Bowser voice. So that's why I was happy with Bowser, not so happy with Mario.
Yeah. Maybe that's just a few lines too. The other thing people were confused about was like, where the fuck, like, what story? What are we doing? You get me?
Yeah.
Is this like, is Mario new to the world? Is he just,
coming back from
something, or like, what is going on? Right. I think that's people are confused. Like, what's the plot here?
Yeah, I think it's weird because I think they are going to make it that he is coming into the world because he almost didn't recognize Toad
or the mushrooms or
the mushrooms. He just said, "Oh, this is the Mushroom Kingdom." Like by the end of it, you got me. So
yeah, so we don't know if he was saying that out of excitement or was it like a question after that,
or what the deal. Sorry to cut you off. Or what the deal is with like Luigi, because it seemed like Luigi landed somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know. You see, so that's what's already confusing, and that's what people were like, "Oh, what? Like we don't know."
Yeah.
Of course, the movie has to explain it to us, and if they don't, that's already a miss for a lot of people. I'm like, why are these characters here and why should we care about them if we don't know what the fuck is going on? And
exactly.
In game, it makes sense, like they're just plumbers out of nowhere.
It might be one of those things where it's like, how in anime, the bad guys showing up, trying to take over all the kingdoms and all the worlds.
Yeah.
And then magically the superhero gets summoned and pulled forward from another world and now has all the powers.
Anime trope,
Yeah, so that might be the
time. I think they said Donkey Kong is supposed to come out in this movie.
Yes.
Yep. I'm like, how? Where the fuck does he fall in line with this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused, but I'm with it though. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this, for sure. So
have you ever been to Universal?
No, dude.
No. Oh my gosh. So there's in Universal, there's when you get to drive around the tour of the studio lots, right? And one of the parts is that you get driven into like this big cave area that's surrounded by like a whole TV screen projector type of thing.
Oh yeah, my mom took fucking films of like they did the whole Fast and Furious shit. Like
they did Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
when
Spider-Man 2 as well.
Donkey Kong when he was fighting like dinosaurs from his original film.
Oh yeah, like Donkey Kong Skull Island.
Skull Island. So I wouldn't be surprised if they switched it out to like Bowser and DK and Mario and Luigi all fighting back and forth.
Dude, that would be funny as hell. It'd
be funny. Or like we're gonna see if this movie does very well. We're gonna see this somewhere in the Universal studio lots or in the actual park.
If this movie does well, I don't see why they wouldn't do a Mario versus Sonic movie.
Ooh, that too.
I don't see why they wouldn't, because then that shit would fucking sell, in my opinion. Or make a standalone Sonic movie, right? An animated one, same animation and everything.
Oh, same animation. Okay.
Right, because I forgot that, they're different entities.
Yes.
They're not in the same world or universe.
Yeah. But that goes back to the whole thing, like, what type of story would you tell there? Because there's technically no set. The only Mario versus Sonic that we know of is like at the Olympics with like the Switch and all that stuff.
I could even think of an easy story for that shit. Like the two villains, Bowser and Dr. Eggman, do some crazy shit and they rip fucking portals apart in like their time, whatever. You got me? Like different like universes and shit. And then they plot to destroy them. And then they have to team up and shit, all that bullshit. But they end up fighting each other because, they don't know each other and shit like that. So they end up fighting each other by accident. You get me?
Yeah.
Like a 2-part type of shit. You get me?
Maybe.
Not two separate movies, but like the first half is them fighting because they don't know each other. They're like, oh, he must be the villain, type of shit because he's like doing some crazy shit. And then same thing with Sonic. Oh, he must be the bad guy because, type of shit. And then they find out they're both the good guys and then they have to go fight the evil villains.
We should have just become movie writers, Leche, at this point.
I think that's so basic and formulaic for sure, but it works as a kid's movie. It would make sense. You get me? Sometimes they overthink about it, like, like, dude, sometimes simple sells, man, honestly.
It really does, yeah.
Some people don't want convoluted bullshit. They don't want to overthink it, dude.
Oh, gosh. I think we'll take a little break there and come back. And we're back. Jesus Christ. Two things I did forget to mention before a little break there. The Last of Us is set to release 2023. No official set date yet. We just know next year. And then for Mario, it just says soon. So this is our first little teaser trailer. So yeah, I'm assuming there's going to be a few more that's now going to tease Peach and DK maybe, but...
Yeah, maybe even Daisy, potentially, if Luigi's in there.
I forgot if Daisy was part of this cast or not. I know they mentioned like these original 6 or so. I don't remember Daisy. Because I remember Peach is supposed to be voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
I don't remember for...
I know they said they didn't give a date for Mario, but I think it might come out next year for sure. Like that's guaranteed that it's next year. It's nowhere near soon. If this was the first trailer for it, for sure. I want to aim probably spring. And by spring, I mean like early spring, like end of March, mid-April, the latest.
Yeah, it would make sense to start like not so early in the year, but not so, like first half of the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely not a summer movie.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, maybe because if it is tailored to like kids, you got me. It's when kids are out of school and stuff. Unless they're doing like a spring break type.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like they could probably do a spring break type of shit, like mid-April for sure. So
I don't know.
Spring break mid-April. I mean, I don't know, dude. Could be wrong. Could be in May.
Maybe. You could take me for my birthday. All right. And from video game adaptations to actual video games now.
That's crazy.
Two very similar ones that we're going to talk about, but each seem to be on a league of their own as well.
By the looks of it, honestly. Yeah.
The first one we're going to talk about is the Callisto Protocol.
The one I can't pronounce.
Yes. Leche has a hard time pronouncing this. But I mean, we spoke about the Callisto Protocol a little under a handful of times because we spoke about it from like the Summer Games Fest and all that stuff where we saw it.
I think we even mentioned it before Dead Space was announced of getting a remake.
Yes, because we were doing research for Dead Space and Callisto kept showing up a lot.
Yeah, I thought the game was going to be like, oh, it's probably the same developers from Dead Space, like making this game, you know, making something similar to it. Like, oh, hell yeah, type of shit. You get me? So,
yeah. So the Callisto Protocol, go watch the official story trailer. You're a prisoner in some spaceship that gets taken out. Slowly, you're finding out that one of the doctors on the ship is performing weird sort of experiments on these inmates that slowly gets out of hand. And long story short, shit just hits the fan. Obviously, survivors. You are one of these survivors trying to make your way through, survive, find a way back home. Escape. I don't know if it was just me, but from what I was seeing in the trailer, these quote unquote zombies seem to be like a lot smarter than like the typical zombies we know of.
Yeah, right? Like they're definitely, if we want to go like through, it's a lot of influence, and I say influence like very heavily on that, like very heavily influenced from Dead Space. Not on the style of the game itself, but the monsters themselves, definitely seem like oh, they definitely up the UIs for these guys. Like they look like they actually like dodge and move your shit, like if you're trying to shoot at them, which is kind of nuts. I hope it's like that. I hope it's a difficult game for sure.
I hope so too. And again, a game like this where everything is like rusty and falling apart, wires hanging, flashing lights here and there, explosions. The atmosphere is definitely there. Here we obviously see a little bit more of other survivors, the ones that you're possibly working with, helping you escape and vice versa. Obviously, weapons seem to be a little bit more typical, not like the very sci-fi type of weapons that we do see in Dead Space, which we will get to in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I know you're excited for this because this was possibly the replacer for Dead Space a couple months back.
No, seriously, it was gonna like if they didn't even mention like Dead Space like coming back at all, this game would have taken my time for sure, like apart.
Yes.
Like this game would have been like, oh shit, hell yeah, dude. This is the new Dead Space, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's itching that shit that I've been wanting to play type of stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, this one has a little bit of a weird release date. It is set to release on December 2nd of 2022, literally the last final month of this year. It's seeming a little weird to put it in December, but I kind of get it as well. Make it one of those gift games that you could give to the gamers in your family and stuff who want to play it.
It's still pretty like I feel like it's late. Like putting a game out in December is kind of like, you know, going shopping on the 23rd for a Christmas gift. You know, that's what it feels like. I'm like, damn, that's man fucking late.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm partially excited for this, but also knowing that Dead Space is right around the corner from this, it kind of pushes the hype down.
Yeah, I know. That is such unfortunate circumstances for that game, dude. Is it going to do well? I still believe it's still going to do fantastic, you know?
So
we'll see how it compares to the actual to daddy.
Yes, because like we were saying, visually it looks good. Some of the gameplay looks good. Now what it's really gonna all hold down to is gameplay and storytelling.
Yeah, and the atmosphere all around, just like the actual game components of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have everything else going for it. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like visually, it looks already nice. All that stuff is going nice. But if the story doesn't make any fucking sense and the gameplay is shoddy throughout the entire game through, gameplay through, then it's already a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see
for a second,
and we'll also see what else they bring to it. You get me? If it's not going to be one of those games where it's like, buy it now or pre-order now and unlock the new skin just for your gun, and you're like, well, then it ends up being one of those guns that you don't use by end game. It's like your primary first weapon, right?
It'd be nice if it's just like, oh, you get a few extra missions, or like, I mean, I miss when DLC was like that. It was just extra missions and shit. And, that's a whole debate on its own. Let's not go there.
That's more old school gaming to new school gaming, right?
Yeah, so that's definitely. And one word literally controls all aspects of that: microtransactions. So that's a whole thing. Again, well, I don't want to dive into it because I would go into a tangent with that.
Oh, same. That might be a whole episode on its own.
Easy.
And like you said, we spoke about the grandbaby. Now let's talk about grandpa, aka daddy over here.
Fucking big daddy over here, bro.
All right, pull it back a little bit.
They did it for this game for sure.
This one we've definitely spoken a lot about. The same way I talk about BioShock, Leche loves this game just as much. And we already mentioned it. It's obviously Dead Space. We got the official trailer for Dead Space.
Yes, sir.
And it is looking amazing.
Yeah,
and like they can't do it. Literally, this whole game is just upgrading visuals and audios. Storytelling was great. Storytelling was there. The whole atmosphere was there. It was just bringing it to
the modern era,
2022.
Literally, bring it from 2008 into 2022. That's all they fucking needed to do.
Put it through puberty.
Yeah.
Put it through puberty.
Literally. So you're all grown up now. Dude, oh man, the second that trailer dropped, I was telling Tito before we even did this recording, I saw the link and without hesitation went to it, pre-ordered it, the fucking $60 one real quick, the deluxe version, like without hesitation. I didn't even think about it, bro. Like not a second went by, dude. Before I even watched the trailer, I didn't even see the trailer, bro. I'm like, yeah, it's already bought, bro.
You just saw the buy now link in the description before the video started rolling.
I think, dude, like, there's no way I'm missing out, dude. Like, Destiny could go fuck itself
for like a couple of weeks.
For a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of days, because I'm gonna go hard.
Oh yeah, you will.
I'm gonna go freaking crazy on that shit. Go sicko mode on that.
And yeah, Dead Space is one of those games like we were just talking about where it has those minor DLCs here and there. But it's one of those games that you fall in love with and it has that replayability. Because the same way Techno has replayed this game, like I bring up so many times with BioShock, it is so well done the first time that you can replay it over and over, even with the old graphics.
Yeah, dude. I think they just did so phenomenally on the story, the atmosphere, the pacing. It's just perfect. They know how to do the suspense. I think they just did it justice back. I mean, don't get me wrong. This was, I think, Dead Space when it first came out. It was the first game of its type for sure. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the first time making a shooter in space killing aliens. Of course not. Mm-hmm. Doom did that like 20 years prior. You got me? Before that. instead of, killing aliens, you were killing demons, whatever. It's the same principle though.
But even with Doom is so fast paced all the time. The scary thing about this is that it's sometimes so slow that you're just getting scared from the anticipation of getting
sometimes
scared.
There's nothing there, and that's the whole point. I think that's when horror is at its true like root. Like a lot of people, a lot of directors say this too. The biggest horror thing, the biggest thing that people get scared about is the unknown, to make their mind go wild before you even show the monster.
Yes.
So that's the scariest thing, like scaring your audience before they even get to see the monster.
Mm-hmm.
You got me? Is the point that you're trying to get to.
Yes.
And I think that space did it perfectly before that.
Yeah. And it's true. That's why so many people have a fear of outer space. You got me? Because it's like, are we really the only people in this entire galaxy, in this vastness of space? Or who else or what else is out there? Same thing with the fear of the ocean.
Yeah.
Look at how big the oceans are. And we only know 12% of the ocean.
Of totality, yeah.
Of totality of what the light hits. Pretty is much, mostly that, and like let's say 10% of that, and then the other 2% is the few things we have found that live in the darkness in there. And that's that it still goes deeper, and it's still so wide and regions that like just me thinking about it, my heart's like picked up from the race a little bit, you get me? And like that's why Subnautica did so good.
Yeah.
Because it's like the further you went down, and even with gameplay trailers that you see, like it's still scary playing it yourself. But it's
the fear of the unknown, bro. That's always been like the saying for that. It's the fear of the unknown that is the true horror, in my opinion. And I'm like, that makes sense, bro. That literally makes sense to me. You can even put that like into real life aspects too.
Yeah.
The fear of the unknown is what really drives people away. Yeah. Drives people, like scares them to their roots,
Yeah.
Fantastic, dude. I love it.
Yeah. So far, Dead Space, it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger no matter which way you put it. Even if it does come out with its first few glitches here and there, whatever, everything else should be running just as smoothly. That even with this whole time that since we've started talking about it, right? I believe we started talking about this since we started this podcast.
About the Dead Space remake? I think it's been over a year.
Yeah.
Over a year and a half almost.
And yeah, like it's so good. The creatures they've just made for this whole universe.
Like the story, the complexity as well. Mm-hmm. Like making, dude. Getting into like making the monsters sometimes the heroes for a whole religion is ridiculous in concept in a fucking video game, bro.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. Dude, I don't know. It's great. I just fanboy over this fucking game so much, dude, because I fucking love it, dude. It's crazy, dude.
I mean, at this
definitely
point,
need a tattoo of this shit. I know
at this point, I think it's your turn, anyways. I feel like I've already spoken so much of BioShock. I was like, dude, all right, I need Leche to nerd out for me a little bit. I feel like I've been
interrupting you the entire time too, fangirling over. Like, I don't have anything else to say, dude. Other than it's gonna be freaking nuts. It's gonna take 2 weeks of my life away for sure. I'm literally gonna ask for that day off. Like those first 2-3 days, I'm taking those off, bro. I don't give a fuck. They tell me like, oh no, we need you. Like, nah, you don't need me, bro. This game needs me right now. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not available emotionally.
And I mean, you're not gonna have to wait that long. I mean, you need to put in those vacation hours now.
I know,
because literally Dead Space is set to release on January 27, 2023. 4 months away.
So close.
About 4.5 months away, 3.5 months away. But yes, it is so close. And if this game does as good as we're all hoping and thinking that it will do, we said it before we started recording as well. Dead Space 2, right around the corner after that.
Yeah.
And I mean, we spoke about it too, that Dead Space 3, even if it gets the upgrade, hopefully they do a full revamp of the story as well, because then the story was where it slowed down.
So it's not 3, dude. If 1 was a masterpiece, fucking 2 blew it out of the park, bro. Because, dude, I don't know. A lot of people don't know this about the game. I think Dead Space 2, a lot of people say on record too, that it's the first game ever, and people don't believe me until they play it through again. It is one camera shot the entire way through, nonstop.
Oh, okay.
You're following Isaac without pause, without cutscenes, without nothing. You're in the moment every single time.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's actually nothing until you die, of course.
Until you die. But even still then, you got me like... And this is still not a game that's in first person. It's in a third person point of view.
I was going to say that.
It's over the shoulder third person. And to still be able to inflict so much horror when you're not in first person in this game, it is still that's still another level. You get me? Like,
I'm definitely going to be streaming this one for sure, Dead Space.
Yes. Oh, so I've been telling you that forever.
That one I will fucking stream. I might stream both of those games, honestly, like without a doubt.
Do like a compare and contrast right after.
Yeah, dude. Once I'm literally finished, because it wouldn't be a fair assessment until I beat both games. You get me?
Yeah.
So I need to literally play through, the first one and then do another comparison to Dead Space, and then yeah, we'll see. Then we'll talk about it.
But yeah, I mean, that's it from not it from my end, but do you have anything else you want to add?
Nah, dude, I just blew my load with that. I'm good.
Cochino. And I mean, if we're sticking a little bit with the horror theme and the scary thing, if you haven't heard by now, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you, but Netflix has the show on Jeffrey Dahmer. Another monster, literally monster. For people who don't know, Jeffrey Dahmer is considered a psychopathic, cannibalistic mass murderer. Yes, it was part of his upbringing, but also this man,
he was just sick.
I mean, he was just sick. Yeah, sick in the head.
100%. Like sick in all aspects on that. Like he was just a sick man. You get me? And most of it was because of his upbringing, though. Like that has a lot to do with it, for sure. Yeah. Unfortunately,
Yeah. If you don't know who Jeffrey Dahmer is, besides being a man that's completely sick, whatever, he killed, murdered, decapitated, and ate, I want to say, over a dozen gay men during the 1960s and forward. Part of it was him partially in denial of his sexuality, especially during that time. But it's also because of his past upbringing, the way he just saw other people as animals, not just for his sexual pleasure, but also for his amusement and literally what he ate. He ate a lot of these people's hearts and some of their genitalia. And yeah, it's just crazy shit. The whole show was kind of like the Ted Bundy show, with starring Zac Efron. But obviously Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer are on two different spectrums.
They're both monsters in their own aspects, but Jeffrey Dahmer was definitely, I want to say, a more disturbed monster for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I definitely recommend watching it if you're into that. but be warned, the first episode alone is very rough and hard to watch at some points. And even throughout the series, it's a lot of back and forth of time jumping from when he was a kid to when he was like a teenager to him being in his early mid-20s, which is literally all his timeline that we know of. Yeah, it's a rough show, but it's good. You got me. And yeah, I mean, hated to bring it down a little bit. Oh, I'll bring it up. Well, no, it might be on the same thing. Overwatch 2 was also just released as well. Throughout the week that I was gone, I think October 4th was its official first day. It was rough to get in the first few days.
Yeah, I heard it took a few hours for people to just even find matches.
Some people, it was telling them, oh, there's 20,000 people ahead of you trying to get in. It was one of those things where some of their servers were not
ready for
fully ready for everything, and they had to bring up new servers. They were saying something of connecting your
phone as well.
Your accounts, linking your accounts to get all the skins from Overwatch 1 and like
some people couldn't play because of phone numbers too, supposedly.
Phone numbers were becoming an issue because Blizzard definitely has you put your phone number in, one phone number per account, that way to reduce the amount of Smurfs that we get in game and potatoes. But visually, it's looking really cool. It is a whole new experience doing now the 5v5 instead of the old 6v6. Some characters got massive reworks, like I mentioned before, and we did get our 3 new characters in here as well. Drunken Queen, Sojourn, and now Kiriko. But yeah, I mean, from the few matches I've played, I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping it's something that resparks my interest, you get me? Because I've already put so much time and energy into that game. It's not one of those things that I just want to like let go.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
We'll see, dude.
We'll see. And yeah, that is it. You said you had nothing else, right? Or did I spark anything else? No. All right. So, Leche, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at Leche, or you guys can follow me on Twitch at TechnoFreak95. And how about you, Tito?
I am also on Instagram at OneAlphaPenguin, and also on Twitch, twitch.tv/OneAlphaPenguin. One quick shout out for if you are looking for like those pages to like give you a little bit of joy while you're scrolling through the internet or whatever. There's one Instagram page called Adventuring with Nala, all one word. It is literally this guy and his golden retriever called Nala, who, if you've probably scrolled by one of his videos where it's like the dog goes through his legs and she starts stomping and he dances and sings along with her. So I don't know. Seeing that always causes me a little joy, seeing this fucking dog so happy it's stomping. So a little shout out to them. And yeah, follow the podcast on Instagram, takeasip_pod, on YouTube, youtube.com/takeasip, where we also post these episodes and hopefully other little contents here and there. And yeah, drink some water, stay warm. Weather is dropping. It is getting colder. And yeah, just, I don't know. I kind of want to I'll do a little bonus episode of myself. I want to do a little life update type of episode.
All right. I don't know. That'll be good.
Or if you just want to sit in silence with me and like chime in whenever you want, but I might do a little bonus episode here or there.
All right.
But yeah, drink some water, stay warm, stay safe. And we'll see you all next week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.